Raphael Warnock is taking on the drug companies and the banks. And who's he fighting for?
Us!
Herschel Walker is like if a Facebook comment section on a Dan Bongino video was sentient.
Welcome to Political Experts React, where we break down political ads and media, explain what the people behind them are trying to accomplish, and decide whether or not they did a good job. I'm Dan Pfeiffer, former communications director for Barack Obama. Today we're going to be looking at ads from Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock, who are currently competing in a runoff election in Georgia. Our first guest is progressive commentator Brian Tyler Cohen.
Let me tell you guys something. You know, every time I go out to speak, everybody want a sound bite. I'm going to give you a sound bite really quick. I'm sick and tired of people putting this country down. They want to ask me why I'm running. Let's be real. I'm sick and tired. You look at the economy, you look at the gas prices. You can't buy a grocery now. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for me to get out and fight. Because I'm going to tell you, I love to win. I said, put me in the game, coach. I'm ready to play. If you ever seen me play, I can play. Have you ever seen me fight, I can fight. No matter how hard they come, how hard I can fight. I'm sick and tired of this. Tell your friends to get out and vote. I'm not here to be a politician. I'm here to be a warrior. Protect this country, protect our citizens, and protect our kids. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. Boom! That's it, baby!
All right, I'm very interested to hear what you think about this ad, because I have a very, what I think is counterintuitive take, so I want to see what you think.
Herschel Walker's campaign message of boom is exactly the number of syllables that are appropriate for Herschel Walker. I guess it's effective insofar as you're looking for raw emotional appeal and no policy whatsoever. And look, if you already support Herschel Walker, this is for you. It's a hype video. It's red meat for the base. But I'm not sure that anyone on the fence can watch this and actually believe that the guy whose plan is boom is going to author legislation to make their lives fundamentally better. This is inadvertently like a really good microcosm of the Georgia Senate campaign, because Warnock is hyper focused on legislation and working to make Georgians' lives better. He's co-sponsored or authored 71 bills and resolutions and amendments. And meanwhile, you've got Walker running on his college football record and saying quite literally nothing substantive. Like, he's just entirely empty calories. Herschel Walker is like if a Facebook comment section on a Dan Bongino video was sentient.
I think that sounds exactly right, yes.
So yeah, I think the difference in this Georgia Senate race couldn't be more obvious.
You hit the nail on the head when it comes to the problems with Walker's candidacy writ large. Like, he is a terrible candidate. Every time he is allowed to speak in public, he says something crazy. He's clearly been lying to his campaign about lots of things. Controversy seems to follow him wherever he goes. But what I think is good about it, it's about fighting. I'm going to be a warrior for you. But that is one of the things that I think Trump really understood, and it's taken Democrats a long time to adjust for it, which is they want a fighter. They want someone who's going to advocate for them. And people are willing to put aside a lot of things that they may not like about the person or their record if they think that person's going to fight for them. There was a lesson to be learned here for some Democrats in this Walker ad.
He and, like you said, Donald Trump understand the importance of, like, it's not necessarily just about what you can do, although I think that Warnock has proven by virtue of his record that he is fighting relentlessly for the people of Georgia, and I hope they can see that. You know, at the end of the day, this is about having someone that's willing to actually fight.
Our next guest is my friend and co-host of Crooked Media's Hysteria podcast, Alyssa Mastromonaco.
If the race between me and my opponent were out here, I could understand why you might choose him. If it were here, of course. But this campaign is about who's ready to represent Georgia. And when it comes to that, I'm proud to be leading the fight to cap the cost of insulin, to make sure our military has safe housing, and to stop the big banks from ripping off consumers. I'm Raphael Warnock, and I'm running for Georgia. That's why I approve this message.
Some context here is Raphael Warnock is running against Donald Trump's chosen candidate, who happens to also be Herschel Walker, a former NFL star.
I love this ad so much. I love it so much. As a candidate, he has very good ads. Remember the last cycle, he had the one about walking his dog and picking up dog poop that was like very relatable and very funny and like very upbeat.
Can I let you in on a secret?
What? You made it? You made this ad?
No, I didn't make an ad. That was a stunt dog. That wasn't his real dog. He borrowed it.
You know what? Points for creativity and ingenuity, okay? Like, he got the job done. He found an adorable dog. Good for him.
That's my point. It's a fucking metaphor, people.
Why, did people have beef that it wasn't his dog?
On Twitter? Yes, obviously.
Oh, my God. But no, this, I loved it because he also pointed out, like, in his action ad, like, things that he was doing that were actually going to help people and not like, let me tell you why my party sucks and why I can be independent from them. I just loved it. I would watch this all day long. Every time it came on, I would stop and watch it, and I would give a little titter, like, ah, ha, 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 that's funny. And I would vote for him, the most important part. I'd vote for him.
I love this ad. This one is clever. It's endearing. He's very good. He's a very good on-camera performer, which is very important because communicating is part of the job. But Raphael Warnock is taking on the drug companies and the banks. And who's he fighting for?
Us!
Yes, us. Yes, he's fighting for people. It's a great ad. More ads like this. Be like Raphael Warnock, people. And not everyone can pull off on camera what he can do, but there is a model here to think about your ad as a piece of content that not just a commercial like you are selling antacids.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
All right, people. I know you thought elections were over, but they are not. It is runoff time in Georgia. We cannot let Herschel Walker come to the United States Senate. It's very important. No matter where you live, you can still help make a difference. You can volunteer. You can donate. Go to votesafeamerica.com to learn more. Our next guest is Democratic strategist and pollster Cornell Belcher.
Reverend Warnock's running a nasty, dishonest campaign. Perfect for Washington. The Reverend doesn't even tell my full story, my true story. As everyone knows, I had a real battle with mental health. Even wrote a book about it. And by the grace of God, I've overcome it. Warnock's a preacher who doesn't tell the truth. He doesn't even believe in redemption. I'm Herschel Walker, saved by grace, and I approve this message.
A lot of times we put Republican ads up here and we kind of laugh at them and sort of make fun of what they're doing. Sometimes we put up ads that scare the shit out of us. This one, for me at least, is in the latter. What do you think?
This is kind of ad that progressives don't get and progressives tend to hate because it doesn't hit on one of their 4 or 5, what they poll test as their top issue. This is a fantastic ad. Over a third or more of the voters in Georgia are going to be white, Christian, and evangelical. First, he hits his opponent and then pivots to him and talks about his journey to redemption. And if you understand the Herschel Walker story and all the fire he's coming under, the ideal that he needs redemption, he was down and he was in a bad place, but by the grace of God, he is risen and he's a different person. Oh man, I mean, that speaks directly to a thematic of values in the Bible Belt. If you walk away from that ad understanding, you know, this is someone who believes deeply in his religiosity. Now, I could call bullshit on all that, but I gotta tell you, Dan, I think that was a really good ad.
I agree. Even if it's bullshit, you can tell a redemption story. You got a lot of Republicans in that state who are looking for permission to support a Republican. And they have concerns about Walker's fitness, his behavior, all these revelations, the sort of chaos around him. And if you're looking for that permission, this ad could be it. We don't have the relationship with Walker that a lot of Georgians of a certain age do. He is the most famous, most successful football player from their state. He's also been doing like car dealer ads, like local stuff. And so people have a familiarity with him. And that TV image, which is what we dealt with Donald Trump in 2016, is different from the reality. It's different from the reality we're trying to portray in our ads. If Walker wins, and I certainly hope he does not, an ad like this will be why.
I completely agree. And the last point on this, if I can, is if you look at sort of the allegations, have been ugly and scary allegations, you look at that ad and you don't see someone you're afraid of. You don't see a scary black football player, a dangerous person in that ad.
That's exactly right. Thanks for watching these ads and videos with us. If you have anything you'd like us to break down, let us know in the comments. See you all next time.